All right, here I am again. Hopefully to be more consistent this time. Um, but yeah, I just saw this video and I felt like it'd be kind of different. And even though I have a feeling I know what it's going to be about, like canceling or censoring or something, um, we'll see. I was curious to see if there was maybe anything to say about it. So let's see. Oh, oh, oops. I'm trying to unmute. There we go. Much
The
better.
world has become too absurd to be satirized. The great English writer G.K. Chesterton said that way back in 1911, long before math was considered racist and biological men were allowed to compete against women in sports.
It, wait. Wow. I guess we're just getting right into it. The math is racist thing. I have no idea what that's referring to. Let's see. Is it literally 2 plus 2? What the heck is this referring to? It's an opinion article in the Hoover? What? Washington Examiner? I'm just seeing conservative sources write about. What? I. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so I guess that they're talking about. I guess they're talking about math is pure, protect math. Yeah, that makes sense actually, because if you're saying it in a certain, I don't know. I mean, if it's in a certain context, like protect, like math is pure. I don't know. Like if you're talking about like people entering it, maybe I don't really know. I haven't heard anything about that. But I don't want to get too sidetracked on it because that's not really the point of this video. The point of the video is to react to this. But biological men in women's sports isn't happening. There are trans women in women's sports, and maybe I'll make a video actually discussing that. But suffice it to say that you much rather prefer in trans women getting testosterone suppressants in women's sports than trans men getting testosterone injections in women's sports because you know otherwise that would to me that choice seems pretty obvious if your focus is really on protecting the integrity of the sport and not criticizing trans people, which obviously they want to criticize trans people. But anyways,
One can only imagine what he would say if he were alive
I don't
today.
know the man, so we're not
At the
gonna
Babylon
comment.
Bee, where we write satire for a living, we're feeling Chesterton's pain in a big way. Just look at these headlines that were satirical at the time we wrote them. On May 9th, 2017, we ran this headline: 2 plus 2 equals 4, insists close minded bigot. That was a joke, of course. But on August 10th, 2020, the Washington Examiner published this story. Math professor claims equation 2 plus 2 equals 4 reeks of white supremacist patriarchy.
Which wasn't what the tweet said. The tweet said that math is pure and protect math are not the same neutral statements as 2 plus 2 equals 4. But, anyways, yeah, sure. Definitely the same as your stupid
On
satire
August
article.
13th, 2020, we ran this headline: BLM rioters awarded Nobel Peace Prize.
Alright, I'm already gonna do this. It's over 90%. It's over 90% because they're not rioters. So I'm just gonna cut this off right here. Yeah. The evidence is wrong. They weren't rioters. And 93%, that includes what's it called? Yeah, it's analyzed 7,750, and it includes acts of violence that could be like, what's it called? Like it's people at the event. So like in theory, there could be instances where like right wing people like fought with them at the protest, if I understand correctly. See acts targeting other individuals, property, businesses, other riot groups, or armed actors. So if you come in with a right wing group and you attack them, like the Proud Boys did in multiple instances, then that would count as a violent Black Lives Matter protest, even if the Black Lives Matter people weren't the ones who did anything and they were just like reacting to the Proud Boys. So yeah, that is wrong.
At the time, we thought this was
obviously,
obvious satire.
obviously it's satire, right? And here's the thing, right? Is I understand it's satire or whatever, but the implication here is that it's based on like the fact that oh my god, these like terrible like rioters in BLM, like they wouldn't deserve that and they're not rioters. So the premise of the satire is wrong, and that's the problem that I have here is that the entire basis for the satire is just incorrect.
But on January 29th, 2021, this story was published in The Guardian. Black Lives Matter movement nominated for Nobel Peace Prize.
Understandably so.
On March 25th, 2020, we ran this headline: Pants sales plummet as everyone working from home.
March 25th. Would pants have already been selling like quick by then? Honestly, that might have just been you might have just been seeing what was happening.
The very next day, this story appeared in Yahoo
Yeah, I think it was already
Finance.
happening.
Amid coronavirus, Walmart says it's seeing increased sales of tops, but not
I mean,
bottoms.
yeah, I don't
I could go
like
on. Our satirical
that one's
headlines are
fine.
proving to
Whatever.
be prophetic with astonishing
I also
regularity.
have the Babylon Bee pulled up
So, what does this mean
because
for
I
humor and satire?
not much.
Well, for one thing, it makes our job much more difficult.
You weren't even right in either of the two times that were political. You weren't even accurate.
You might be surprised to hear that. The crazier reality is, the easier it is to make fun of, right? Actually, it's the opposite. Satire exaggerates the truth to make a point, but when reality is this absurd and
What points are you making? Like you didn't make any points.
extreme views and behavior are commonplace, how do you go a step beyond it? Almost anything we publish now ends up being believable, and much of it
Is it though? This is why I put up Babylon B. Oh, which also big tech is suppressing. I guarantee that they are not getting suppressed. I just guarantee that that is not happening. The Bee reads Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. I don't want to hear them read it though. Don't want biological men to compete in women's sports. See, why are we so unpopular while chucking brick at business? See? Come on here. See, they're all just stupid articles based on like non scenarios. Amazing.
ends up
What of it was even believable? That's what I came here to check, didn't I? Like none of this is believable. Maybe believable if you have a conservative point of view, but the conservative point of view is not accurate. So, like premium? What is premium? Premium? They have premium ones? Yeah. So, I guess if you had an inaccurate point of view, it would be compelling.
actually coming true, as you've just
They
seen.
they weren't true.
This is exactly what Chesterton was talking about.
Or true in a general sense, but in not the direct specific implications of their thing. Like, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, BLM got nominated, but they're not rioters. Like, your story isn't entirely accurate.
It's one of the ways the left is killing satire, by turning reality into a parody of itself.
Yes, that is exactly what the left is doing here. That's it.
There's another, more intentional and insidious way the left is killing satire, and that's through censorship. We
Look, I guarantee that any instance of you being satired, censorship, whatever, is just people were like reacting to it seriously because God knows why. Maybe some boomer saw your article. Like I have family members who conservative family members who see Babylon B articles and take them seriously, and then Facebook has to apply fact check. I'm gonna preempt watch. I'm probably gonna preemptively counter what this guy is gonna say here too, but Facebook has to assign fact check things because people are taking them seriously, and that's not censorship of you. That's just avoiding their role in spreading information that is just not accurate because you are satire. They're not preventing people from reading you. They're just saying, hey, this is satire. Be aware of this fact. And I guarantee you're going to think that that's censorship, but it's not.
published an article a couple of years ago with this over the top headline: CNN purchases industrial sized washing machine to spin news before publication. Believe it or not, Snopes fact checked this story. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they fact checked it because they're super gullible people who think that that would actually be a real headline or like accurate in any way, shape, or form or satirizing anything that's actually going on. And obviously, we both know, or I know, that you're not satirizing any situation particularly well, and your articles aren't particularly accurate. But people take it seriously, and you can find them all over the place. So Snopes has to be like, hey, this actually isn't a real thing.
A washing machine? To spin the news? That's an obvious joke. But Snopes fact checked it and rated it false, as if we'd written a serious story.
Because it's not about, it's about if people take it seriously. It's about if people are taking it seriously. You can't, they only have to fact check things if people are taking them seriously. If everybody knows it's false, Snopes doesn't have to come out and say, this is false. It's only if people are taking it seriously, which I don't know if people took this specific article seriously, but I assume that they probably did. And I know that people have taken other articles seriously, and those have had to be fact checked. But it's not about your literal article, it's about if people are taking it seriously. And if your audience is taking it seriously, then they've got to tell them that it's not true. Like, it's like. you're looking at the wrong issue here, really.
It used to be that jokes were either funny or not. They made you laugh, or they didn't.
Unfortunately, yours didn't.
But now, in the fact checking age, we're giving them a truth rating. Jokes are no longer funny, they're false.
Because people are not taking them as jokes because conservatives think that that's a real headline.
And false information is dangerous.
Yes.
In response to the Snopes fact check, Facebook warned us that we'd be demonetized and deplatformed if we continued publishing fake news.
Yeah, because that's just what Facebook has is its generic response when something gets caught.
It should go without saying that there's a big difference between fake news, which is meant to deceive, and satire, which is meant to entertain and inform through mockery, humor, and irony. But the left benefits by blurring this distinction. If they can successfully lump us in with fake news, then they can shut us down. It's that simple. These
Not.
fact checks, which often smear us by suggesting we're purposefully misleading people, are nothing more than a creative, conniving way of just.
It's not about censoring you. It doesn't matter if you were purposefully misleading them or not. All that's happening is that people are taking it seriously, so it has to be treated like it's serious, and then you can say, well, it's not, but you just have to prove it false if people are taking it seriously.
Justifying
Unfortunately,
censorship.
that's just how it works.
But why would anyone want to censor satire? Why is Facebook paying USA Today to write lengthy refutations of our jokes? Yes, they actually do that.
Because it's not literally just about, oh my god, dude, it's the same point over and over again. It's like a broken record, dude. You're not it's not unique. It's just the way that all other news things that aren't accurate are treated. They just have to write refutations to all of it. That's just how it works, and your article was used as one of those things. It's not about, you're not,
Because humor is ultimately a vehicle for truth delivery, and the
you're not delivering any truth.
truth can be offensive.
You're oh my
Think
god.
about all the things you're not allowed to say anymore.
Oh,
Not because they're
really?
false, but because they make people uncomfortable.
Like what?
Satire cuts right
Like inaccurate statements about gay or trans people that are like factually provably wrong.
through the pretense and political correctness to expose uncomfortable truths, and it does so more ruthlessly and effectively than anything else.
What are you effectively doing? What effective thing are you doing with 10 woke parent bedtime stories, or DeSantis decides to allow biological men to compete in women's sports as long as they wear high heels? Like, they're not, they're trans women. They're literally on testosterone suppressants. BLM is overwhelmingly peaceful. Like, you're not satirizing anything there. Let's see. Because he changed his mind. I Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. She literally tweeted about Memorial Day on Memorial Day, like every other politician. Funny. Like, congrats, AOC has trauma from people threatening to kill her. It's so funny. I actually agree with this one. That's true. That's true. Just people who drive SUVs, just what the heck. Um, but yeah, like you're not really making any like hard hitting truth anything here. It doesn't seem like to me.
C.S. Lewis said, good philosophy must exist if for no other reason because bad philosophy needs to be answered. Satire is necessary for the same
I don't know
reason.
what you're answering.
Satire ridicules bad ideas. And now, more than ever, bad ideas need to be exposed for what they are before they gain an even bigger foothold on our minds and hearts.
You're not exposing much. You're not even. You don't even have reality right, dude. Come on.
Especially on the minds and hearts of young people. And while good philosophy
Yes,
and
that's you're
rational
so
argumentation
compelling
are
for that.
indispensable, it's often humor that's most effective.
Mm,
To quote our friend G.K. Chesterton once more, humor can get in under the door, while seriousness is still fumbling at the handle.
I mean, maybe.
I'm Seth Dillon, CEO of the Babylon Bee for Prager University. Thank you for watching.
I don't know what the. Oh my god, dude. Come on. That wasn't even. None of the stuff you. Oh, yeah, yeah. None of this stuff was even accurate. I want to take a look at the comments here before we go, but I don't think they're going to load. I wanted to see how people. I love to end it by seeing how people reacted, but they're not. They're not, Isn't that the complete transcript? No, it's not. Oh, well. Anyways, I guess we're not going to take a look. But yeah, I don't. You're not. You're not being censored. It's just some of your articles get taken seriously by conservatives, and they need to be told no. And it's really that simple. So yeah, thank you for your time, sir. And thank you for your time. For watching. And I appreciate you, and I will see you again soon.